Hi, my name is Taylor Ownbey, and welcome to the Ownbey 15-minute news hour. I have a rant about parents.
Whoa, wait a minute.
No rants about parents.
You're not going to rant about parents.
It's our
We
job.
are parents. We're not ranting about that. This show is being filmed in front of a live studio audience. Or something like that. It's the Ownbey 15-minute news hour. It's the Ownbey 15-minute news hour. It's the Ownbey 15-minute news hour. Here's our sign. Here's our sign. Welcome to this week's edition of the Ownbey 15-minute news hour. I am not prepared.
And I am Clay Ownbey, and I obviously can't speak. It's episode 27 of the Ownbey 15-minute news hour, and our sponsor this week is way over there. Hey, our executive producer, would you grab us our sponsor, please?
Fantastic.
No.
Sure.
Bring it here. Taylor, that's good. We got it.
Sure.
This week's sponsor, bacon. Bacon, the food of the gods.
Leftover bacon.
Bacon goes good. Which one?
Which one? Ready? Oh!
I get a wish here.
Damn it.
You can have it back.
My wish is I get another piece of bacon.
My wish is, other than spitting on you, holding a piece of bacon that didn't break in 100 pieces. So, anyways, bacon is our sponsor this week. Some poor pig passed away to provide us with this delicious post.
Everything is better with bacon. You know
Everything is better with bacon. I mean, let's talk about the things that are better with bacon. Everything.
Everything?
Yep.
That's it. We just talked about everything that's better with bacon.
Everything is better than bacon. So, bacon is our sponsor. This bacon is not going to be here much longer, I got a feeling. Hey, James, what do you say we jump right into some news?
Let's get into it.
All right. This story comes to us from Gothenburg, Sweden. A Swedish man who was apparently drunk was
A Swedish man was drunk. Yeah, there's a shocker.
And there's the story. A Swedish man who was apparently drunk was arrested for allegedly urinating on fruit in a grocery store. The police say that the suspect entered the grocery store in Gothenburg, Sweden, and stumbled into the produce section where he began peeing on a big pile of apples and oranges. The fruit, valued at $110, had to be thrown away. They threw the fruit away.
Well, yeah, of course they did.
I mean, here they just mark it down to like 80 cents.
Yeah, they put it in the the cheap.
Right. Like a Granny Smith's apples? I don't think so.
Owner, did they shake his peaches so the juice ran down his leg?
He really likes his peaches, wanted to shake his cream. What was it? I don't like your peaches, want to squeeze your... Yeah,
sure.
He squeezed his lemon until something ran down
a pineapple.
It was a pineapple, dude. I like that. So, you know what? That's what we need is more people peeing in produce section. So, go to your local Albertsons today and just whip it out right there in the meat.
So, can you go in like the beer cooler and sit down and like throw down a 6-pack and then be like, I gotta pee. I'm gonna walk over by the cantaloupe and I'm gonna go.
Well, they always put.
You know, they go water the watermelon.
They always put the bathroom like way at the front of the store was out of the way, or they put it in the back where you have to like go through the meat department doors and then find your way around like you're gonna get murdered. They should put honey buckets in randomly placed throughout the supermarket.
I think so.
Because nothing sucks worse than like you get this big mountain of groceries, right? And you got one more thing to get, and you're like, dude, if I don't pee like right now, I'm gonna go. So you run up the front, you let your groceries go, you run in, and you come out, and your cart's empty.
Yeah.
And some Johnny on the spot is over there putting back your apples and oranges and washing them off so that nobody peed on them.
Yeah.
So that really pisses
That's
me
why
off.
just
I
pee on the front.
fucking hate that when you go to a grocery store and you leave something there and you turn and then it's gone.
You know what doesn't help is the little misters that they have when you have to be like over the produce.
Oh, dude,
You know, they,
yeah.
like,
You
spray
ready
the
to
little
pee
misters,
and you're going
like,
to get some broccoli and all of a sudden,
you're like, oh, that's great. That's probably why the guy had peed all over the bananas.
Yeah, I'm sure in Sweden they must have banana misters on kumquats and pineapples and such.
Well, at least he didn't kumquat on the pineapple.
At least they didn't kumquat on the head cheese.
So, speaking
Or
of
beer nuts, for that matter.
So speaking of Sweden, a bus driver in Sweden crashed into a grove of trees on Saturday, leaving 6 of the 40 passengers requiring hospital treatment. The accident occurred.
That sucks.
That does suck. 6 people had to go to the hospital. I mean you're on a Greyhound bus. The last thing you expect is
you're on the STA.
Yeah, you're drunk. You just got done peeing on some fruit.
I had to take a leak. Get me to the next grocery store so I can pee.
Yeah, and you're being responsible. You're taking the bus.
Right. Yeah,
the bus driver swerves off the road, plows in a bunch of trees. 6 people go to the hospital.
That's terrible.
The accident occurred when the driver of a crowded city bus swerved to avoid running over a squirrel that had ran out in the middle of the road.
A squirrel.
Squirrel.
You mean a little fuzzy rodent?
Yeah, like a little. Where's Cousin Eddie? He usually eats these things.
Oh yeah, no. He heard that squirrels were high in cholesterol.
Yeah, he heard that the squirrels were high in high fructose. Fructose. So yeah, tried hitting a squirrel.
Ran off the road.
Killed
a bunch of people.
6 people
went to the hospital.
Decapitated.
You know what sucks even worse for these people? They had to pay to get on that bus.
Yeah, dude, I want my $1.25 back.
I would totally want my $1.25 back. I mean, hey man, give me my $1.25 back.
Yeah, your bus driver sucks.
Yeah, dude, I hate buses, man. I used to have to ride the bus all the time.
You know why that never happens in the South? They run over the squirrel, they pick it up, and then they barbecue when they get home.
That's exactly right. And hey, you know, speaking of buses, I used to ride the bus in Spokane. You know that song, "The wheels on the bus go around"? No, not in Spokane. They don't. There's too many potholes. Those buses are all hexagonal. And they're big chunks of bus. Big tires that look like this. Like if I was to draw a circle, I can't draw a circle. This is what they look like. There's the wheels on the bus in Spokane. So, fuck buses.
You know what the bums on the bus in Spokane look like? A lot worse than the wheels.
Yes, they absolutely do. And how they get 75 cents to get on a bus, I will never know. I know. You know what it's called? Bus pass. They sell them at Rose Hours now. Right by the produce.
Dude, all I know is if you're a bus driver and there's a squirrel in the road, you run the son of a bitch over.
Yeah.
Run over. Call Cousin Eddie.
No, you can't do that in this day and age that we live in now, because if you're a bus driver, right, and there's a squirrel, and so you have the risk of running over a squirrel or killing a bunch of people, you have to avoid the squirrel because PETA will be at your front door, knocking on the door. I was knocking on the table, not on the door. Guard dog, knock it off.
Hey, tell your live audience to go lay down.
Hey,
live audience, go lay down.
Heel, Tootsie.
Here, live audience, have some bacon.
That's some of our sponsor.
Our sponsor is now feeding, everybody in our live audience gets a free piece of bacon.
We're like Oprah. Reach under your seat and there's some bacon. You can pull out some bacon. Some bacon under my seat.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you know, there's another thing that really pisses me off. Is dogs that just bark at anything. You know, I knocked on my table. I'm barking all over.
Now it's licking my leg. Quit licking. Our live audience is now licking my leg.
Did you get some bacon juice on your leg?
I don't know.
Maybe she squeezed your lemon until your bacon juice ran down your leg.
Maybe that's what happened.
She does have a big mustache.
Speaking of things around the house. Okay, I have a rant.
Oh.
This is what just fires me up about things around the house. I'm not going to mention any names, but I live with my wife, all right? She will take the ice tray. She will take all of the...
You're talking about Megan, right?
I'm talking about Egg and May, my other wife.
Ed Ray.
Yeah, no, just random people around my house.
Okay.
There's me,
right,
my wife, and my 1-year-old.
1-year-old.
So yeah, you do the math. But she'll take the ice tray, right, and use the ice and leave like 2 ice cubes in the tray. Put it back in there. Not fill it back up. So when I go to get ice, there's 2 ice cubes.
And you're like me, dude. I like it. Even in this, I got what, 1, 2, 3, like there's like 79 ice cubes.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in the summer when it's hot, you can't cool jack squat with 2 ice cubes.
Right.
And you know how much it costs to make ice? Nothing!
It doesn't cost anything.
Just pour water in the thing and put it back in there. It's effortless.
Frozen water.
Frozen water.
It's frozen water.
And then if she has to use the last 2 ice cubes, you know what she does? She throws the ice container in the sink like it's dirty.
Right. Like it's gonna fill itself.
What did you? Was there dirty water in there last time? Would you make urine sickles?
Well, you do.
Why do you have to wash out the ice tray?
You do live in Post Falls. I will say this. I will say that Post Falls water is 20 times better than Coeur d'Alene water. I swear to God, Coeur d'Alene water comes from at the fair. When they drain the honey buckets, they just run it through a sifter and run it through your sink. I swear to God.
Through a sock. They take a gym sock.
They
put it on the end of the pipe and it runs straight into their well.
I had a glass of water the other day. There was corn in it. So what does that tell you? Right? There was corn and part of a churro from the fair. So I don't want no more churro water. It really pisses
There's
me
a half of an elephant ear floating in my
Dude,
cup.
Speaking about people putting stuff in the refrigerator, now I have kids, so this happens all the time at my house. You're eating our sponsor. When you'll get the Kool-Aid, or you get the milk, or you get the orange juice or whatever, and you put it in the refrigerator, and then, you know, they're like, okay, well, they made Kool-Aid. You open it up and you take it out, and there's like that much, maybe. There's like that much in there. That's what's left. Or pineapple juice, or milk. So not only, now I can't drink, I'm like, oh man, that hit the spot. That was so quenching. No, it's not. And not only that, but you can't, now you have to like wiggle things around because there's huge jugs of shit and they only got that much stuff in there.
You drink pineapple juice?
Yeah, pineapple juice rules. Well, you have to buy a pineapple. You can't just buy pineapple juice, can you?
Do you just take the pineapple and get a headlock and squeeze it until the pineapple juice runs down your leg?
You squeeze
my pineapple
to the
pineapple juice runs. Well, you know, when you bake a ham and you put slices of pineapple on that,
right?
I bet if you rub pineapple on my ass, it would taste delicious. Stick a little cherry right in the middle.
So let me ask you a question, right?
Uh-huh.
So, and I've always wanted to know this, right?
Okay.
So you can take ham and you put pineapple on it, right?
Yeah.
But if you put it on a pizza, it's called Canadian bacon.
Yeah, why is that?
What is the deal with the Canadian bacon and the pineapple? Why don't you just big slice of ham?
Why don't they call our sponsor American Bacon?
It is American bacon.
That's American bacon.
It's one of those things. It's like football and Australian football, or it's like, you know, whatever we created, and then whatever they create, they have to add their country's name to it.
And
there's stink, and then there's like European stink.
Hey, while we're on the subject of football, if you are an American-born citizen,
yes,
it is called soccer. It is soccer. It is not football.
It's not football.
It's not football. You know what football is? 11 guys on one side, 11 guys on the other. They put pads on. They run head first into each other.
A ball that is shaped like this, and you
can use your hands.
Ironically, in American football, only 2 guys can actually touch the ball with their foot. Nobody else. We learned that in football today. The guy tried to kick it. The Charger guy tried to kick the ball.
And and here's the thing I don't understand about soccer. Okay, on the field you can't grab the soccer ball, you can't touch it. But off the field, you can fondle as many balls with your hands as you want.
That's right.
Because I'm sure the locker room is full of ball jiggling commies.
Landon Donovan.
Yay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. You want to be a ball jiggler from way back, be a ball jiggler from way back.
See, I can never
I'm not come out and try to tell me that your sport is called football, because it's not. It's called soccer.
I could be.
It's originally called kick the effing can because in the third world countries they couldn't afford a soccer ball until America shipped them soccer balls.
That's right. Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson. And you know what's awesome? You know what's awesome about third world countries? I want to hear it.
I would love to hear this.
You know, every year at the Super Bowl, as soon as they win, they're like, Seattle Seahawks, you're the Super Bowl champion. And they have the shirts and the hats already to go.
Right.
Well, they have shirts and hats printed up for the other team as well. Yeah, they ship them to Uzbekistan or Hungary or Turkey. Yeah, they should put Hungary and Turkey right next to each other.
You know what?
They'd be like, dude, I'm hungry for some turkey.
You know what?
Those people over in Hungary look pretty damn hungry, and those people in Turkey look like a big fat turkey.
That's why they call it starving.
Dude, it's a good thing there's not a little town called Butterball right in between them.
Oh yeah, could you imagine Big Mac Copenhagen, Big Mac Denmark, Big Mac Copenhagen,
Big Mac.
There's 2 things that go well together: Big Mac and Copenhagen. Speaking of Copenhagen, went to a football game yesterday, and this really pisses me off too. Okay. Coeur d'Alene freshman is playing Kellogg freshman. So the Kellogg freshman parents rolled out every single one of them, head to toe, camo. Now, I don't mind camo, right? But dude, there's like one thing about wearing a camo hat or even a camo jacket. But dude, when you got the hat, the jacket, the pants, the shirt, the boots, the tattoo, you're driving the camo truck, you got the camo wife, you got the camo dog.
You still have elk urine on your boots from
right. He squeezed his camo till his elk urine ran down his leg. That's what he did. So they drive all the way from Kellogg, bombard the concession stand with nothing but hot dogs, and then their team gets beat 64-27, and the whole game they have the audacity to like yell at the other fans and the ref. I think they should start when they play Kellogg. They should play the game in the forest so that you can't see the fans because of camo, because you can't see it. Which here's another thing that really pisses me off. Right, I could dress in camo and stand in the middle of the woods, and you're gonna see me.
Well, you're not wearing good enough camo.
God damn it. Well, see, here's the thing. A lot of people will go through the woods, but most of the green on the trees around here doesn't start for like 20 feet up. So wouldn't your camo just be like tree bark?
Okay, here's my rant about camo. Yeah, and I'm gonna agree with you right there 100%. Okay, because I hunt, obviously. I have tons of camo. You see the guys in like the... I call it like Pac-Man camo, you know what I mean? It's like the square bricks. It's supposed to be like suburban camo.
Yeah, like Andy Warhol camo.
Yeah, right. Suburban camo. Okay, you know what? That does you absolutely no good when you're in the woods and I'm shooting at your ass. Because I can see you way better than you can see me. I'm dressed like a tree in the forest.
You know why?
You can't see me. You're dressed like a freaking Super Mario Brothers back screen or something. Yeah. You're like, yeah, that's what you look like. Little squares of Yeah, you're not hiding from nothing.
Like you're low def. You got too many pixels showing.
Yes.
Hey, dude, your pixels showing, Moby Dick. don't want your pixels to show.
Don't let your pixel loaf, Moby Dick.
And here's another thing that I'm sick and tired of. Since we're talking about sick and tired, we had some news stories, but this is much funner.
Yeah.
I officially have had it up to here with fucking zombies, zombie movies, zombie TV shows, a zombie apocalypse, zombie preppers, people want to be zombies, zombie weddings, zombie walk, zombie, Rob Zombie. I've had it with the zombies. Can this shit finally be over? I was so happy when the vampire thing was finally over.
Finally ended.
Then you see all these idiots and they're going to their prom and they got like their vampire things and they got, I don't know why I turn on top of but yeah, everything was like, there was like vampire movie and then they released this vampire movie and then the Twilight movies and everybody was like, oh, vampire, blood sucking, this and that and the other. I'll tell you what they were sucking, it wasn't blood. All of a sudden this vampire shit started to go away and here come the zombies. Night of the Living Dead? Very cool, right? Yep. Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, all the George Romero stuff. That was great. Even Shaun of the Dead was awesome. But after every other movie or video game or TV show or commercial comes out and it has to do with something with zombies, they actually teach classes now on what to do if there's a zombie apocalypse. They actually teach classes. You know what I'm going to do when the zombie apocalypse comes? This. Because there's no such thing as a zombie apocalypse. It's never going to happen. People don't come back from the dead. And if people did come back from the dead, would they just attack like skinny people? Don't they eat flesh? Wouldn't like the Jenny Craig Center be in a shitload of trouble?
Rosie O'Donnell would be
run for your life. Yeah.
She would be in trouble.
She could drive around the Pope-mobile. Just be safe. So can we please,
and here's
for
the
me,
thing.
the zombie thing, can we just get done with this shit?
Here's the thing. The zombie walks like this, right? Hey. You know what? I can run.
Well, dude,
I can outrun a freaking zombie.
You stay like 3 or 4 feet in front of them and flip them off the whole way. Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
And then when they take a step, you take 2 steps. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. Yeah, just zombies. We live in 2013. We have Twitter, we have internet, we have a telephone that will connect you to everywhere in the entire world, and we're afraid of people coming back from the dead eating their feet. Yeah, they eat feet. Remember Night of the Living Dead, the dudes that eating the foot? Yeah. Like a big foot, so you got a $5 foot long.
$5 worth of feet in my bag. Yeah, here's the thing. Okay, so you have vampires. Mm-hmm. You have zombies.
Right.
What's next? Werewolves?
Mummies. They gotta do mummies.
They gotta do mummies?
Dude, why can't this society now go to like the Blob? Remember the Blob?
Yeah.
The Blob. Nobody ever hears about the Blob apocalypse.
No.
Oh my God, it's the Blob apocalypse. Here's a video game, Night of the Living Blob. I'm gonna shoot this blob. That's why they don't have blobs, because you can shoot a blob and it doesn't do nothing. How do you kill a blob?
Actually, we did have a blog apocalypse back in the early 90s when Oprah got real fat.
Oh, she was a blob.
It was the blog apocalypse. Sure.
Oprah, fat Oprah.
What I said the first time.
Right. I mean, even Tony Hall Rivas thinks that zombies is stupid. And when it comes to the blob, okay, this one always kind of got to me, right? So here's the blob, and I can't remember what city the blob was in, but it was attacking people, right? And the blob moves at like this fast. Like, I'm at full speed right now, I'm the blob, here I come.
I'm racing a snail.
Give me a year and I'll be there. Okay, so how do you kill the blob? Can you shoot the blob?
Can
you cut off the blob's head? Does anybody know where the head of the blob is?
You know what I can't
Maybe
believe?
the blob is flame retardant?
You know what I can't believe about the blob is we just wasted 5 minutes of our life talking about the blob.
I like the blob.
Right? Okay, that brings us to this week's 10-second rule.
Okay.
Impromptu 10-second rule.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Yep. Okay, you have 10 seconds
Okay.
to try to name as many things that you would not want to attack you.
As many things as I would not want attacking me.
You don't want the zombies attacking you. You don't want a blob attacking you or anything like that. You have 10 seconds to name as many things as you can that you would not want to
physically attack me.
Yes.
Okay, I'm with you.
And
go. A swarm of grasshoppers. Nipsey Russell. Nipsey Russell, rather. Nipsey Runkle. John Runkle. A toaster. The Blob's son. Cub Scout Pack 205. Anybody who's ever been to a taping of the Rosie O'Donnell show. Anne Heche. Robert De Niro. Gage's Legos. My dog's ass. Bacon. Time! Actually, and I have to take one thing back. I would not mind if Bacon attacked me. If Bacon attacked me, that would be cool.
I would like if Bacon attacked me.
Cool.
Very good. Very well done.
I tried. I got thrown off. I still can't talk. I got thrown off on the Nipsey Runkle. Sorry about that.
That's a long lost cousin. We were actually looking for athlete's foot. and bad yeast infection.
No.
But other than that, yeah, real good. And that rash that you get kind of up on
Dude, don't you hate that?
Yeah.
You get that stupid little, and it's so hot, you can't really itch it. You get next to something, you go like that, but it itches so bad that when you pull back, half your back skin is still stuck on whatever it was that you're scratching up against. But here's another question. Have you noticed this? Have you ever seen someone like scratch their back on like the wall or a post or something?
All the time. I do it all the time. I'm a big bear.
Do you know? You just did it.
Yeah.
The face.
Yeah.
Everybody makes the face.
And I growl.
No,
And then I scratch myself.
I've never seen anybody do this.
And I
one.
take a dump.
Have you ever seen anybody do this?
Stoic? No, you can't.
I'm sullen.
No.
This feels so good, I can't even tell you. This is the greatest feeling in the world. And I'm showing it all over my face.
Yes,
and now
I
I'm
know.
going to scratch myself. And now I'm done. Why do that? It's like the face. It's kind of like people, guys, and all guys can relate to this, no matter if you're a young guy or an old guy. When you see someone get kicked in your freaking in the genitalia, what do you do?
Oh!
You get this face right here. This face.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Because you can feel it. Every guy,
just know it.
whether you got kicked or not, you know that feeling. You can feel it right in your gut. You're like, oh.
You know it. And you freeze like this.
And you whisper just like that. You go,
He's whining just thinking about it. Would you please let him out before he has a seizure?
Yes.
So,
Sorry, we have to bounce someone out of our studio.
that's right. We're kicking our live studio audience out.
Get out of here.
As a matter of fact, we are kicking the live
Go lick yourself.
studio audience
Jack.
out. But yeah, it's little things that people do. Like,
You go lick yourself,
and
Jack.
you get hit in the nuts and you're like, oh. You know, women don't do that. Guy gets hits in the nuts and women's like.
And is it a thing? Is it just me, or if you're watching like a football game or any kind of sporting event, and like a dude like leg shatters, you're like, oh, I gotta watch that again.
Oh yeah,
I gotta watch it. And then the sports center helps you out because they show it from 19 different angles,
Right.
slow mo, super slow mo,
They
from
get
the inside of the guy's cleat.
The telestrator from
Yeah.
Here's where the leg actually snaps in half. There's an arrow right here. See what happens
The
here? Is
bone
the bone
is
right here.
now-
It
yeah.
pokes out through
Yeah.
the leg,
And
like
boom.
that right there, and then boom, and then right,
Just put some
boom.
tough actin tenactin on it.
Little tough actin
Boom.
tenactin. Little boom,
Boom.
This thing so cold blooded.
Yeah, so you have to, you can't just like see a guy's leg break and like look away. You have to be like, oh, I gotta watch that again.
For a second,
I
I almost thought that was Clark Kellogg. There was another Kellogg reference.
Speaking of the NFL, Clay, I want to get this in real quick. Rants about, people, fantasy football is huge. Everybody loves fantasy football. Everyone's on the fantasy football kick.
Makes me want to cut off my foot.
Yeah,
Feed it to a zombie.
Maurice Jones-Drew, I'm sorry, I got to sneeze so bad. I'm dying. Maurice Jones-Drew last week had a really bad game, rushed for like 63 yards, had a couple fumbles. Twitter followers ripped him up and down because he screwed up their fantasy football league. Because you, who are out there actually doing your job, busting your butt, working your ass off, getting tackled by 300-pound guys, you screwed up my team of a bunch of imaginary rosters that I have, sitting around eating pretzels and pizza.
Some trouser stand that lives in his mom's basement.
Yeah, over at Bubba's house.
Has nothing going on in his life whatsoever.
Swigging down Coors Lights and choking down Marbreds. And, dude, you have no room to talk about. That's your fault. You should have drafted somebody else.
That's right. Don't play that guy.
Yeah.
So we are now introducing the Dungus Investigative Greats, the Dirt. The
Dungus Investigative
our
Research
unfantasy football league. That's right. We're going to have an unfantasy football league, and this is what we want to do. We want to pick a bunch of players that nobody's ever heard of, and if they get in the game, we get a point.
Yeah.
Get in the game, point.
Backup punter.
Yeah.
The holder, tight end.
Like if the holder makes a good hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I think that's what it should be.
Totally.
Dude, here's what you should get like the ball boys, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like every time they throw a good ball into the rest,
Right.
like you get a point.
Right.
Or the coach on the sideline that catches the errant pass.
Yeah, the bad pass or
Yeah,
whatever.
dude, I'd love to rip a guy on Twitter, be like, I had you on my unfantasy football team, and you dropped the
You dropped
pass.
that damn pass
You suck,
that Aaron
coach.
Rodgers threw 14 feet out of bounds.
Yeah.
What a douchebag. You know what else I want to start seeing? You know when you go to the Champ Sports and you see the jerseys, you got Romo and you got RG3.
Oh,
you
Roman
got,
Homo. Oh,
you
yeah.
got Wilson. I want to start seeing jerseys of punters.
Dude, that would be awesome.
I would
Ryan.
love, yeah, I'd like a Jager.
But you know what, though? I guarantee you that some bitch is wearing a Sebastian Janikowski jersey, and he's a kicker.
Yeah, and he's right now
And-
digging through his
and-
drawer trying to find the last of the roofies he can give to his neighbor.
Yeah.
Date Ray Pakowski.
Yeah. But you know they're out there.
Oh, they're totally out there. They're totally out there. But what? And then there's another thing. What a stupid name for a football player.
When Orlando Morrell played for Seattle, they had Morrell jerseys,
Oh, yeah,
dude. And
Morrell.
the greatest thing he ever did was blew his knee out celebrating the extra point.
The only problem with the Orlando Mari is it's spelled mare, in which case Tony Hall Rivas bought most of them. Because he wanted a shirt that said,
37
he wanted a shirt that said mare on the back.
Mare.
Who was that moron that jumped up in the air after the field goal and landed?
Who are the three brothers?
Yeah.
Spanish, Mexican.
Right, and one was Tim. Martin Gramatica and Tim Gramatica.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, my name is Martin.
Sebastian
My name is
Mike.
Martin Gramatica. And this is my brother. I'm Tim. Gramatica.
I'm Tim.
I'm the one that was born in the United
I'm Tim
States.
Gramatica.
That's right. I'm the one that got ran over by the freaking camera that was on the track that ran down the sidelines, and apparently I didn't see this 300-pound camera rolling at me and it ran over my leg.
Dude, next week, when we come back, we will do a top 10 list of the worst NFL injuries or sports-related injuries.
I like it, dude.
Of a guy getting ran over by the camera, slipping on, like a basketball player slipping on the ice.
Right.
And
Or like when the girls ran out and they threw the Gatorade. Have you seen that one?
No.
At the high school basketball game?
No.
They threw the Gatorade on the coach in the gym on the high school court, and he backed up and his feet went out from under him. He went face down, face
that's real
plant.
smart.
And then some idiot ran out of the crowd to help him, and he hit and he went down on his ass. So you got a coach on his face and a coach on his ass.
At least as long as you didn't have a coach's face on the other coach's ass. Hey, that's been this week's edition of the Ownbey 15
Well, we didn't really get to many news stories.
We didn't do news for nothing.
We tried. Our sponsor this week is bacon.
Unfortunately, our studio audience devoured it.
Yes, ate some bacon.
And
We
we
had a
used
dog
them
eat some
to
bacon.
keep
So
the dogs down.
next week, hopefully we'll be sponsored by Kevin Bacon. Hey, Kevin, if you watch the show, if we infringed on using your name too many times, please fuck off. Okay, really?
Hey,
You're Kevin Bacon, and I'm not. So.
Hey, I want to do a quick degrees, the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so Clay, here you go.
Okay.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Got it.
Starting with Big Buy Bacon.
All right. Big Buy Bacon has the same name as Kevin Bacon.
Huh. Perfect.
All right.
And we also accepted Big Buy Bacon has the same name as Canadian Bacon, which has the same name as Regnut Bacon, which has the same name as Thick Cut Bacon, which has the same name as Paul Morrell Bacon, John Morrell Bacon, and John Morrell has the same name as Paul Morrell, who's Kevin Bacon's neighbor. So anyway, there it was.
14 and a half degrees of Kevin's bacon.
Yes, sir.
Next week we're going to do 7 degrees of Kevin's sausage. So Jimmy Dean, new James Dean, new Jim Beam, new Kevin Bacon, new and saw his sausage. There it is.
Canadian bacon and Canadian sausage.
We hope you guys enjoyed the show as much as we did. We love doing it. It was
Awesome.
it was an interesting one.
Yes, it was.
So we'll have more news stories for you, maybe, but not maybe from Sweden. We don't know, but we might. All right. Anyways, thanks for watching. That was the Ownbey 15-minute news hour. That was the Ownbey 15-minute news hour. That was the Ownbey 15-minute news hour. Here's our sign. Here's our sign.
Celine Dion has a huge Canadian sausage.
Don't show me your sausage, Celine!